Okay, so one of the most important skills that a blocker can learn how to do is drop back to play defense. So they're deciding whether to drop back or stay up and block. And that's a really important decision to make. For more tips on training for beach volleyball, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. So here's the net. We got the setter setting the hitter, blocker is blocking the hitter, the player is back playing defense. In this situation, the setter sets the hitter to the net, the blocker stays up, so there's just one defender back playing defense. In this situation, the pass is off the net, the setter sets off the net, and the blocker drops back to play defense. So for when the set's off the net, you have two defenders back playing defense. Now if you're interested in becoming a better defender, be sure to watch my video on how to play better defense behind a block. The link to watch it is in the description below and also in the cards in this video. Okay, probably the most important thing to do is, as a blocker, is always start at the net and drop back. So you don't want to start back and then come up and try to block. You want to always start at the net, and then you should be thinking, do I drop back or do I stay up? And that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be focusing on. Okay, so this is why you need to learn how to do this. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, why not just commit to staying up and blocking, right? Well, the thing is, there will always be situations where it's better to have two defenders back and not have the blocker stay up. So for example, when the set's far off the net and you know the hitter's not going to hit the ball down, then it can be better to get off the net and help your partner out with defense. And I think the reason why so many blockers get frustrated trying to get good at this, dropping back to play defense, the reason it's so difficult is because, I mean, you got to make a decision on the fly, and it can be really hard making the right decision. So what's going to happen is you're going to drop back to play defense, and maybe the ball was set tighter than you thought it'd be, and you're like, oh, I should have been up there. Or you might stay up, and then the ball's set off the net, and then you're jumping the block when you probably should drop back. And so you could get frustrated with these decisions. It's like, oh, I made the wrong decision. But the thing is that you need to practice doing it to get good at it. And so the more you practice, the better decisions you'll make. And you just need to keep practicing, and you get better at it. And there's a lot of things that go into making a good decision on this play. So it could be, you got to factor in how good is the hitter. Does the hitter swing a lot, or do they hit shots? And you got to read the setter. You got to watch the setter and see where the ball's being set. If you don't pay attention to the set, and you make your decision without paying attention to the set, they could set the ball tight, and you could have dropped back when you should have been up there, or they set further off, and you should drop in that. And so you got to practice reading and making your decisions on what you see the setter do. Where is the ball passed? Is the setter running down the ball, and are they making a really difficult play to get a set? I mean, that could be in a situation where you want to drop, because if it's a real chaotic play, it may not be likely that they're going to get a good set. But then also, if you watch the setter and it's a real crazy play, then the setter could end up pushing the ball really tight. And so that could be a really big play to be up at the net, ready to block. Because if the pass is way off the net and the setter pushes the ball tight to the net, it's going to be really hard for the hitter to hit, because they're hitting a ball that's coming from far off the net. And it's a really weird angle to see that ball and hit that ball, and then also see the block and defense at the same time. So that's definitely a ball to be ready to be at the net. And if the ball is coming from far off the net, you have more time to drop back. So that's even better. In that situation, it's even more important to be ready to drop back and really anticipate the ball and see that, oh, the ball's, it's not going tight, and you get off the net and make a play. Or it is going tight, and then so like if it's going tight, a ball coming from off the net that goes tight to the net, it's going to be hard for the hitter if there's a block up. So the most important thing to do is make a decision, and you got to commit early. So you got to commit early enough to get in position to make the play. And you don't want to get caught in between. So that's like the biggest thing, is don't get caught in between. Don't, if you're not good at reading the situation and you're just not sure, then go ahead and guess a little bit and make your decisions. Just make sure whatever it is that you decide to do, make sure you decide early enough that you get in position to make the play. So if you're going to block, then make sure you get up there and you get in the right position to block in time. You don't want to be late getting there to block. I mean, it doesn't. You're not going to do anything. All you're going to do is, if you're late getting there blocking, is you're just going to mess up your partner playing defense, because you're not going to be in position to block, and then they don't know where to. Your partner's not going to know where to be on defense because they can't. They're not sure what they're going to have to cover. So the biggest thing is whatever you do, make sure you commit early enough to make a play. Making the wrong decision or bad decision on whether to stay up and block or drop back, that's not nearly as bad a decision as going late or getting caught in between. Deciding too late, waiting too long, or the timing. It's all about good timing. That's the first thing to do. Decide early enough so that you can get in position to make the play, and then worry later on about whether that was actually was a good decision or not. And just from your experience, and keep practicing and keep doing it over and over again, you will get better at making these decisions. And so you'll read things better, and you'll make a better decision on where you should be on defense, and whether you should stay up and block or whether you should drop back. Your decisions will become better as you get more experience. But that's just it, is you need to keep practicing it and keep doing it over and over again so you can get good at it. And this is why most players don't really want to work on this skill. They get frustrated with it, and they really struggle because people get caught in between, and they're like, or they don't read very well, and they make bad decisions, and it's like, oh, I should have been up there, or I should drop back, or they're questioning whether what they did was right. And so the whole thing is you got to practice it in order to get good at it. And so you just got to keep at it. And it's this is more of an art than anything. Okay, so here are some situations for dropping back on defense. Maybe the hitter never hits the ball hard, or they never hit the ball hard down into the court. Or maybe the setter isn't setting the ball tight, or they're not even trying to set the ball tight to the net. Maybe there is a situation where the pass is really bad and the setter's running after the ball, and they're really likely not to give them a good set. So you got to be ready to get off the net to play defense. Or you might have a situation where a player is making a play towards the back of the court, towards the inline, and they get the ball up, and then they're on the ground, and you're like, now they have to get up and get set and take an approach and hit. And so it's like, they're probably not going to get up to the net to hit. So in that situation, you got to be ready to drop off the net. And there's also situations where it's very likely that the hitter's going to try to hit a shot. And you may notice that maybe the hitter, from the whole time you've been playing, they never swing at the ball. They never try to hit the ball really hard, and everything's a shot. So in those situations, you got to be ready. It's to your advantage to anticipate a shot and be ready to drop back and run down and help your partner run down the shot. So you always want to be moving with the ball and not at the ball, especially on defense, if you can. So if you're dropping back, you're moving with it, and it's easier to pass the ball like that. Whereas if you started deep and then you had to run in and come in and play the ball short, it's typically easier to play a ball when you're moving back. And it's also easier to be moving back first and then come forward to make the play, versus be coming forward and then having to stop and then having to go back. I mean, you're not gonna get it. It's gonna go over your head, and you're not gonna be able to make the play if you do it that way. If you've been struggling with blocking or defense, or have a question related to blocking or defense, please comment below with a follow-up question. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it below. Subscribe and share it with your volleyball friends, and comment below with the word helpful if you found this video has helped.